Welcome back to a brand new episode. Today, Mike's coming over. We're make a dolly for the bed. Check out what Marlon did as far as the C-notch goes. Oh, and look, see the shirt Mike made? So roughly,
you want to go all the way to the pad.
oh yeah, okay.
Pad to pad.
42 and a half. 42 and a half by 50, you say? Yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah, let's
Give us a little play forward
Yeah.
and back.
Well, let's make it 43. That way it's an easy number to remember. 43 by 50. Mike went to the store to go pick up some carriage bolts for the bed dolly. I have these 4x4s, and each one is going to make one length, one width. We're going to cut it down to exact size that we need it to be, and then we're going to notch it out. So the idea is to kind of make like a lap joint, I guess. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not a carpenter what they would call this, but cut it down half the size and overlap them. That way it's 4 inches. It's nice and flat all the way around. And then we'll take those bolts, put them through here, put the caster on the bottom, and weld that bottom. That way, it's nice and flat, and it's still strong. Let's make some stuff. So get me a fender stand over here. Let's set it down and grab a 4x4. And I think I'm only going to really worry about the 43-inch wide, and whatever's extra, make it like 50, it'll be like 53-ish. It'll be a little bit long, but it don't really matter. 43. Get it nice and square. Safety first. So now I have to measure each one of these 4x4s. Take that number, divide it in half, mark a section, cut that section out on the same side, and then we can put it together. All right, we're gonna go with 3.5. Measure twice, cut once. On one side of this has 1 inch, the other side has like 1/10 of an inch. I almost completely screwed up. So now we measure and set the depth of our blade. This one is going to be 1 3/4 of an inch. 1 3/4. Looks good to me. When you're done, you're going to end up with something that looks like this. A whole bunch of cuts in it. Would you take your hammer and go clean it right out? And they will fit nicely together. So Mike has it laid out here on the floor. He's measuring to make sure it's square. We're going to put a couple of screws in it to hold it together, and then we'll drill the holes for the lag bolts.
It's close.
So now we're going to mark the holes for the casters. Because this one pivots and the bracket's a little wider, we decided to put it at an angle. That way we can put the bolt through and get a little bit more of the meat of the wood. My drill is broken, so I went next door and borrowed Dad's. We're going to drill some holes for these casters.
Crown. Crown. A little more. Good.
Now we're going to cut the excess threads off. Safety first. And now we tack the nuts and bolts at the bottom with a little weld. Don't forget to spritz it with a little paint so that weld don't rust. Level 1 complete. Now I gotta make it a little bit taller because I don't want to do body work sitting on the concrete. Now because I don't want to do body work on a lowrider sitting on the cold concrete, I decided I'm going to make these right here. This is 2 foot long with the notch taken out. And I'm going to put 2 of these in each corner in order to raise it up. All right, so this is what I'm thinking. I'm going to take 2 of them, put them together, and that way I have room to bolt them together here, on the bottom down there, and on the top layer up there. Now we put some screws in it. So now that we have the risers on, let's put on the top. I want to build the top just like the bottom. 243s and 253s notched out. So as you can see here, they don't quite line up. I'm going to use a ratchet strap to pull them close together. Now they're nice and flush. With them nice and flush, we're gonna put in the screws. Now in this case, I'm trying to get it further apart, so I can't use a ratchet strap. So what I have this big pry bar. And I'm going to put my leg up against the back, pushing forward with the pry bar. I want them as close and as tight as possible. So again, I used a ratchet strap to pull them together. All right, get it lined up. All right, I think I dropped it down now. Disconnect it and move it out of the way. Now, in order to make sure this thing doesn't move, I'm going to put a couple of lag bolts through the bed and into the wood. Now that's good and secure. That's not going anywhere. I have never seen a C-notch like that before in my life. I don't know if that's something that Marlin made up or if that's something they used to do in the 70s. Either way, it's ingenuitive. There is many different ways you can build a bed dolly and or a body cart. We chose this one because wood is cheaper than steel. We already had most of the wood lying around and the wood screws. The only thing we had to buy was the casters, the carriage bolts, and I think like 3 pieces of wood. We could have gone to Harbor Freight and gotten cheaper, smaller casters, but we decided that we wanted to be able to push it out of the shop all over the grass. Not that we're going to, we just wanted all of the options. Now look at it glide across the grass with ease, which surprises me even further considering just how top heavy it is. Now try doing that with cheap plastic Harbor Freight casters. Whoa, not knocking Harbor Freight. They do have some pretty decent tools, and I have plenty of them. Sorry, ADD, back to the cart. No, you do not have to build it this tall. First layer would have worked just fine. We just decided that for our application, it would be easier at this ridiculous height. Is this the cheapest bed dolly or body cart build on YouTube? No. I could have built it much cheaper, probably for free if I'd have scrounged around the shop a little bit and pulled all my resources together. Online, I see them from around $130 to well over $1,000, but you're not going to push them through the grass like this. Now price, I can't really go off of how much I have in it because like I said earlier, I already had most of the materials lying around the shop left over from something I built and can't remember. So let's go off of what it would have cost if I would have bought all the materials. If you was to buy the wood, I figure it's about $70, probably have about $20 in carriage bolts, and about, I think Mike said he spent $90 on the casters themselves. Let's do some quick math. 90 plus 20 plus 70 equals 180. Hey man, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment down below, tell me what you thought about today's episode. Remember, I love you. I'll see you next time.